I am here at the start of segment 3, the Colorado Trail. I have not been here actually in almost 4 years, which is pretty crazy. I guess 3 years, but it feels like it's been forever. Now I chose this trail because it's easy access from Denver. It allows me to do a really solid out and back with some fair elevation gain without pushing it too far. This is my first official backpacking trip of the season, so we're just gonna take it easy, have fun, and cross our fingers that it doesn't rain on us because I somehow managed to lose my rain jacket. So this trip, if anything, is really more of a shakeout. Testing, retesting all of the gear from years past to make sure that nothing fails. I'm trying out 2 new things today. These poles from Gossamer Gear. They are carbon fiber and cork and super lightweight. I don't think I'll have any issues with them, but it's always just nice to do a test run before committing to something bigger. And I also swapped out my shoes. I've been going back and forth between using the Olympus later this year on trail because it's a lot more rigid and thicker, like more support, or going back to my tried and true Lone Peak. All right, well, that could have been really sad, but this is kind of a fun angle. 5 miles in, hour and 45, feeling really good about my pacing, and it's time to have a snack. I had a bit of a lunch before I actually got out here, which I think was the right move, but it also means that I'm not super hungry right now, so kind of force feeding, but 2 hours in, and I definitely need some food. So we're gonna do the classic street taco, mission tortilla, and some spicy Thai chili bumblebee. This is not my favorite. I actually really hate tuna, bagged tuna, but it is convenient and it's high protein. What I'll typically use, and maybe I can find like something to overlay here since we now have so much space on the side of the screen, is the salmon in olive oil, because not only is salmon better tasting and a little fattier, but the extra olive oil adds about 100 calories, which means that I don't have to worry so much about keeping up on my nutrition because I'm just innately eating better, higher quality calories easier. There are worse flavors for sure. We have flow, y'all. I am now stumped as to what to do. Obviously, this isn't an insane amount of water, but it's more than enough to fill my bottles, cook dinner, make breakfast, and have a reliable source. It's also just like, it's my first trip, and I feel like I just don't have a sense yet for what my fitness actually is. Bad, obviously, but I'm just like, do I push on? It's like another hour and a half maybe to the next spot that has good water flow, apparently. The clouds are dark over there, but I feel pretty good. So I'm like, do I go? Do I push? Do I stay here and call it a win while I'm ahead? And I think I'm leaning towards that. There is a perfect campsite up top that you guys will probably see in a few minutes that I think would make a great little base camp for tonight. I don't know that you guys can actually tell. You'll probably get a better sense when I'm actually inside the tent, but this is the Gossamer Gear 2, and it is hysterically large for one person. I usually only use it for Tara and I because I'm carrying more gear and it's a lot lighter. I love a single wall tent. A lot of people don't. So what I'm going to do this trip is just test out the single wall and see how condensation goes up here. I am near, like there's a little creek down there, water, but it's not humid in Colorado. And so I don't know why it would be so bad, but I've just heard from folks that it can be. So before I take out the one later this summer, which is this exact tent, just half the size, I figured I would try it with a tent that I already know and have used for hundreds of miles. If you guys saw my recent bikepacking video, my first ever trip, by the way, very successful, very fun, you'll remember that I forgot my backpacking pillow. And unfortunately, this is not that backpacking pillow. I searched high and low and could not find it anywhere in my boxes, in my gear storage, in my backpacks. Nowhere to be found. I have no idea where it ended up, but wherever it is, whoever it's with, if I accidentally left it with a friend, I hope that you're enjoying it because I just went and bought the same exact pillow because I love it so freaking much. But most of all, I'm just grateful to have remembered it this time. On tonight's menu is a mushroom zucchini risotto. I found a recipe for this online, I think just through Pinterest, but the person that I found it from has a website full of dehydrated, like backpacking-esque style recipes that all look incredible. And while I can't recommend it just yet, I have a feeling this is going to taste absolutely insane because I definitely taste tested a little bit out of the pot when I was first cooking it before putting it all into the dehydrator. Okay, moment of truth. It is absorbed better. It's not dropping off the spoon, but I really hope that this goes well, because if it doesn't, this is really heavy, and it means that I would have to pack it all out tomorrow, hydrated, because you obviously can't just like throw it in a trash can. Like we don't have those out here. Okay, not rehydrated properly. So like a little al dente, al dente, as my friends on trail used to call it. But it's not bad. And it cost a fraction of what all of those like crazy expensive dehydrated backpacker meals cost. So I'm gonna call it a win. This is pretty good. All right. It's 6:44. I'm in my tent. My food bag is hung. My clothes and everything are laid out for tomorrow. My electronics are dry and on my pad. And you're probably wondering why I came in so early. Isn't the whole point of camping to enjoy the outdoors? And yes, it is. But I have good reason, I promise. And my preparedness is all thanks to the partner of today's video, Go's Health. Now in the clip just before you saw me get in here, you saw the storm clouds coming, and one might deduce that there is possibly a storm coming. But in Colorado, it can be really difficult to actually pinpoint what kind of weather you're going to be having on any given day or any given adventure, which is why I've been relying on Go's Health and their prepare section to plan out and prepare for all of my trips recently, whether they've been car camping, backpacking, or bike packing. Now, the Go's Health app is available on both iOS and Android. I'm gonna go ahead and overlay a little snippet of the app here, but their biggest thing is to prepare and prevent emergencies from happening. So this is not an SOS response app. This is not, oh shoot, I got myself into trouble, what do I do? I mean, they do have those sections, but they partnered with wilderness medicine doctors for a reason, and the biggest reason for that is to teach you all about the common ailments, emergencies, and accidents that happen in the outdoors, so that way you know what to expect when you go out there, you can plan for them, you can prevent them, and as an absolute last resort, respond. Now, I personally started with their free app, but I very quickly upgraded to the Rewards Plus program because of all the additional benefits that it gets you for a low, low price. Now, the Rewards Plus program has so many benefits. I'm not gonna be able to cover them all today, but I'll go ahead and overlay them here. But that annual fee with my discount code down below and on the screen here will get you an additional 30% off, making your first year only $24.99. And for me, at least, with all the time that I spend outdoors, it's a no-brainer. So whether you're a backpacker, a car camper, or just a weekend outdoorist, go ahead and head down to the link in the description down below to download the Goes app today and to check out the Rewards Plus program using my discount code for an exclusive 30% off now. Okay, so I was just sitting there reading my book and all of a sudden I heard a hiss and it really freaked me out at first. I was like, is there a snake outside? No. There's just a nice hole in my pad. It just deflated so quickly, it's like actually not even funny. So I really only have one option today. And I'm really hoping I have more than just 10 patches. But I might have taken the last of my gear patch out. So tonight might just be duct tape. You guys can't even see what I'm doing. I have some duct tape wrapped around like an acetaminophen thing. And I'm hoping this is gonna work because I just used my other gear patch, I think. Wait. I was about to be so mad at myself for not replacing, oh thank God, my patch, but I did. Okay, thank goodness, because that would have made for an absolutely miserable night. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I think I've determined that I'm next to some type of like logging road. It was pretty quiet overnight, but last night as I was trying to fall asleep, and then pretty much since like 5 a.m. this morning, massive trucks have been going up and down back there. Not that big of a deal, but definitely not quite as peaceful as I like mine should be. Unfortunately, I burnt the heck out of my rice last night, so everything is going to be coffee a la charcoal, oatmeal a la charcoal. But I'm going to try to burn some of it off with water first and see if I can get it down at all, because this is going to be really gross. Or I could just eat a Snickers. That is a thought. I wasn't wrong. Coffee a la charcoal. Oh God. It could be no coffee though, which now that I say that is insane to think about, because I don't know that I had a single coffee on the Colorado Trail. Like when I did the whole thing a few years ago, I just said, we don't drink coffee out here, because it was just cumbersome and inconvenient, and I don't know that I had a single morning like this. Every morning it was pack your bag, get up, start hiking, usually before dark. That's where the whole Pop-Tart thing happened, because I wasn't actually sitting down to eat a hot breakfast. We would only cook dinner. So in the morning, you would just grab a granola bar, grab a Pop-Tart, grab some water, and start hiking. This did not happen. So I never had coffee for like 25 days. Not that I'm addicted, but it's like nice to have it at camp, you know? It still boggles my mind that this whole thing, that's my tent. That's the massive tent that I was in last night. And if you guys think this is small, if I think this is small, just wait until you see the one on probably my next trip. It's like this big. It's crazy. Hello. Have fun. All right, well, I think we got back just in time because there's clouds that are starting to move in. Classic afternoon in Colorado. In 2 days, I did roughly 24 plus miles, which feels really good. First trip of the season, I didn't come in with any crazy goals, just trying to see where I was at, trying to test out some new gear, which gear review, the poles from Gossamer Gear were awesome. I absolutely love them. They were sturdy. I never once felt them slip, like the collapsing portion was super, super strong, which is always a worry of mine when I'm going with something that collapses so easily. Avocado with salt. Shoes, Ultra Lone Peak 9s. This is the 4th pair of Lone Peaks that I've had. The first pair of 9s, which is like this year's version, and I really love them. I have one potential hot spot starting, but no blisters, and to be able to wear something out of the box and immediately put 24 miles with wet feet and wet socks and have one potential hot spot is pretty great to me. All in, a really great trip. I forgot the correct cord to charge my camera, so thankfully it's still working, but it's almost dead. I did take the battery out last night and I slept with it to try to prevent what happened on my recent bike packing trip from happening again, where it got cold and died quickly. I really enjoyed my new pillow that I recently purchased to replace my lost old pillow. I forgot Aquaphor, or SPF chapstick, I guess, should have been good for this trip, but my lips are so dry, they are like painful. I'm probably gonna stop at a gas station on the way home to get some, like that's how desperate I am. But other than that, chapstick and the right cord, I brought everything. I did not use my pocket knife, which, awesome. There was no reason to use it, so I'm glad that I brought it, glad that I didn't use it. I only read a few pages of the book that I brought, so next time I can probably leave that home, which is typical for me. I usually don't bring a book, but I was optimistic. Gosh, the lighting out here is crazy. But I think I used everything else, so I'm gonna call it a win. The wind and the lighting were really starting to bother me, but all in, I would give this trip a 7.5 out of 10. I felt strong, my gear worked, except for my sleeping pad. I actually forgot about that. That's gonna need to be fixed or possibly replaced. I have way too many holes in that thing now where I think they're all just leaking a little bit. And I was up every 2 hours or so re-inflating it, which is fine for stuff like this, 1 night, 2 night trips, but for longer stuff this summer where I really need to get some good rest, it's just not going to work that well. But everything else, I think I gave all the good notes. The trip went well. A lot of cyclists and horses on the trail this morning, which I did not expect because yesterday it was just me out there. But it's a multi-use trail. It's why we all love Colorado. It's why I love being out here, and I'm so stoked to bring you guys with me every single time. Thank you again to Go's Health for partnering on today's video. Thank you all for being here and for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. I've got a bike packing trip, some packing videos, and of course, some car camping trips coming up here really soon. And I'll see you all then. Bye. I packed a whole avocado. Luxury living.